Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Om Samasta Jana Kalyane Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Om Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya-madhyamam Asmadacharya-paryantam Vande Guru-paramparam Vande Guru-paramparam. Om Namo Bhagavate Sri Ramanaya. So, the author says, I ask a question now. You clarify many people's many questions. Now kindly clarify my question also. Okay. So, what is the question now? In 16th verse. Jnanasya chapi siddhinam virodah kim parasparam utaho kopi sambandho vartate munikunjara. Jnanasya chapi siddhinam virodha kim parasparam utaho kopi sambandha vartate munikunjara. Hey Munikunjara. Munikunjara means Munisreshta. Munisreshta. Bhagwan Ramana Maharshi was called as Munisreshta. So the best among the Munis. Muni, contemplative sage. He was a contemplative sage. One who abided in his own Swarupa. Never comes out of it. Such a Mahatma. Now the question is, this question is related to knowledge and the siddhis, various powers. Do they go together or they contradict each other? Meaning what? One who is jnani in the sense of one who is completely abided in his own Swarupa. One who is deeply rooted in his own Swarupa. That he is a jnani, Atma Jnani. Atmaniyeva Atmanatushtaha. He is established in his own self. Such a person is a Mahajnani. Second is various siddhis we see. Various powers we see with the Mahatmas. Oh, so many varieties of powers. So do they go together? In one person do we find these two? Or one who has got lot of siddhis many, many powers, can he be established in wisdom? What exactly the relationship between these two? That is the question. So he says, Jnanasya Atmaswarupa Jnanasya. That is very clearly said. Atmaswarupa Jnanasya. Not Jnanam is knowledge gained by studying scriptures, informative knowledge. Pandit ban gaya, Pandit. Shastrajnaha. No. Here, which Jnanam is very clearly telling Atmaswarupa Jnanasya. Of the one who has got the knowledge of his own self. Knowledge of his own self, direct, immediate experience called aparoksha anubhuti. So one who has got that aparoksha anubhuti, immediate experience of the Atman, plus siddhinam, animadi, adrusta, ashtasiddhinam, animadi, ashtasiddhinam, adbhuta shakti visheshanam va parasparam anyonyam virodaha kim. Is there any contradiction? Virodaha. Virodha means what? If one exists, other should not exist. If you have Suddha Jnanam, then you should not be having any powers. Meaning, there is no need one who is established. Or one who has got lot of powers, can he also experience, can we say he is also established in knowledge? But one who is really established in Atman, will he entertain siddhis? So all these questions. So therefore, siddhinam animadi, anima, garima, laghima, prapti, vashitvam, ishitvam, all those ashtasiddhis. Ashtasiddhis, plus also adbhuta shakti visheshanam va. There are so many powers these great beings demonstrate. So all those Mahatmas who display siddhis, first of all jnanis need not have any power. But some jnanis have power. Therefore, even after Atma Jnanam, enlightenment, some people do focus their minds on powers. Some powers are given to great some Mahatmas for the work that they are doing in the world. If they need that power to work, it is given to them. Some Mahatmas have got all the powers, great beings. They may display, they may not display. Some Mahatmas who have established in their own Atma Tattva, as part of their work to spread the message, to appeal to some kind of section of people, and if he has powers, he may show them to attract, to make them believe. Through that, again, he will direct them towards greater service to society, greater tapasya, like Satya Sai Baba. Phenomenal powers Bhagavan Babaji had. You can't imagine. Mahayogis are there. They appear in simultaneously in many places. Adbhut. They appear, disappear. They take different forms. You cannot, Shirdi Sai Baba, you can't know in which form he comes, which form he disappears. There are so many siddhis they have demonstrated. So you and I cannot decide who is at what level of evolution. We have no business to do it. But some Mahatmas are there. they do, but they also taught how to live. Puja Gurudev, he never showed any of his powers, but he did show to some people as per the requirement. But his focus was only on Vedanta. So this is all very huge. We cannot keep on talking. Because each Mahatma comes for a specific mission. In that mission, whatever power is required, siddhi is required, it is given. But some Mahatmas are so deeply rooted in their own self. They may be capable, they may not be. They may not show, so are not capable, they may not show. But their mere existence itself does wonders around them. So this class of beings, what we see in the universe, their variety powers are there, variety Mahatmas are there. All of them are trying to show us the ultimate realization first. So don't get caught up in the powers. But they are given. So therefore, Adbhuta Shakti Visheshanam va parasparam anyonyam virodha kim? Do they contradict each other? Or can a man have these two? If so, what is the power? How these siddhis manifest? This is a question. Think. So, many Mahatmas, they demonstrate, when Bhagavan Satya Sai Baba demonstrated many siddhis, Gurudev would say, he would show something, your intellect will question how this was done, and there won't be any answer. So, that question, but you saw something, a phenomena, but intellect questioned, intellect cannot get any answer, that is called miracle. Adbhutam. So you cannot answer it. How it has happened. That is called miracle. When I was young, so I heard so many people are telling me, oh, what is there in Satya Sai Baba? He shows little gimmicks. I said, you also show gimmicks. Who is preventing you? You call his siddhis, ashtasiddhis, are cheap. You also demonstrate if you want. But kind of service, the kind of upadesham he gives to his disciples, pure Upanishadic thoughts. Think. So Satya Sai Seva Samiti is there. What did he teach them? Service, seva. He does Rudrabhishekams, Maharudra, Atirudra, which is not possible to do, that is all done. Atirudra, Maharudra, Yajna aa gaya. So many hundreds of priests come. Rudra Havan hota tha wahan pe. Plus his teachings are pure. So who is certain Mahatma, I saw many Avadhutas, they have many powers. But they are all Atmanishta Jnanis only. But they don't sell their siddhis, they are not cheap people. They are not cheap gimmicks. Siddhis are Aishwarya. And we have a tendency, human beings, that which we don't have, जो हमारे पास नहीं होता और किसी के पास है, उसको हम क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं. जो आपके पास खूब पैसा हो, मेरे पास पैसा नहीं है, so then I criticize, hey, what is the use of that money? आपके पास बड़ी अच्छी गाड़ी है, बहुत बढ़िया गाड़ी है, कोई आडी गीडी सब खरीद लिया, मर्सिडीज बेंज, मेरे पास नहीं है, तो आई क्रिटिसाइज, उससे क्या फ़ायदा, गली में घुमा भी नहीं सकते. Why? This is called negative thinking. So what we don't have, we criticize. Think. Therefore, these two together or not? It's a question. Brahman's answer is so beautiful. Athava kopi sambandha vartate. What is the connection between these two otherwise? What sambandha, what relationship exists between pure knowledge and the siddhis? Accomplished powers. What sambandha? Siddhinam jnana pratibandhakatvam Raja Yogishu api prasiddham. Now those who are practicing Raja Yoga, so many yogas they practice. Among them it is popular. What is that? Raja Yogishu api prasiddham. What is that? Jnana pratibandhakatvam siddhinam. It is said very clearly among them. They know that siddhis are great obstacles in acquiring the ultimate knowledge. That is also very popular. This bhavana, this knowledge, this understanding is very popular among the Raja Yogis, practitioners of Raja Yogis or any other yoga. Say that siddhis are great obstacles for one's own evolution, for one's own abidance in Atman. This is known because siddhis are great obstacles. They tempt and take us away from the path. They take us away from the goal. We get caught up. Think. It is called getting caught up in various powers. The power is given to you for some other work. So I forgot the work and the powers are misused. We see in dunya also. Powers are being misused. Any power, at any level. Think. Somebody is wealth, he temporarily authorizes him. Please take care of, you can sign on behalf of me. So he signed a will. What? Writing everything on his name. It is valid in that period. He can sell the properties also, he can make money also. So power misused. So there is a great temptation for powers. कोई एक power मिल गया तो बढ़िया. So Raja Yogi, they know that jnana marga, jnana means establishing in oneself. Usme powers are obstacles. Raja Yogi prasiddham. Kimuta otherwise or jnana margishu yaihi atmanah anyasya na kasyapi labhayishyate atayeva ayam sandeha. Kimuta on the other side jnana margishu yaihi atmanah anyasya na kasyapi labhayishyate. In jnana margam, other than his own self, there is nothing else to see. Therefore, does he look at powers? Powers are separate or powers are also his own self? If you have some, so what is the connection between these two? You cannot come answer like that. So we have to analyze it with bhashya. What is that? So powers, how do they grow? What is that? So that is the thing. Mayaivam Bhagavan Prushto Ramano Nuti Purvakam Gabhiraya Drusha Vikshya Mamidam Vakyam Abravit Mayaivam Bhagavan Prushto Ramano Nuti Purvakam Gabhiraya Drusha Vikshya Mamidam Vakyam Abravit. I tell you how we are all tempted by our own powers. Our powers will make us restless because we don't have wisdom इवन लौकिक व्यवहार की दृष्टि से मैं कह रहा हूं. See, your say salary per month is 1 lakh rupees. So you are living happily, food, clothing, shelter, your needs are taken care, happy, so much. What else? How much you spend money on food? Even you may be crorepati, how much money you spend on food, do you tell me? और बूढ़े होते जाओगे वो वो भी नहीं खा सकते हैं. बस ये सुबह आधी रोटी, दोपहर को, रात को पाव रोटी. स्वामी जी खाने का खर्चा कुछ है ही नहीं. ये मैंने क्या लोग सुनाते हैं मुझे. तुम आइसक्रीम नहीं खा सकते हो, मैं डायबिटिक हूँ. स्वीट बिल्कुल नहीं खा सकती हूँ. अच्छा, फिर समोसा गिमोसा नहीं खा सकती हूँ. ब्रेड जाम बिल्कुल नहीं खा सकती हूँ. अच्छा, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बढ़िया. अब तो क्या खा सकती है? बस सुबह उबला हुआ सब्जी, उसमें जितने भी मार्केट में सब्जियां मिलती हैं उसमें से आधे के आधे से ऊपर मैं नहीं खा सकती हूँ, जिमेगा नहीं. तो बचा क्या है? वेरी लिमिटेड रेंज, लिमिटेड स्टमक. कितना खर्च करते हो? But you got more money suddenly, you don't know where to spend, how to spend, then that will make you out of gear. More money you got, 10 lakhs 1 month. Somebody gave you 10 lakhs. Did you observe that or not? Suddenly more money has come. What will you do? Your mind suggests 1,000 ideas. That means sudden power, money power, we don't know how to use. If these small powers are enough to disturb our mind, what to talk about great siddhis? So it's not easy to handle them. It is not easy to handle. जिसके पास नहीं है वो कह सकता है कि उसमें क्या है, इजी टू हैंडल. उसमें क्या है? एक बार मिल गया, यू डू सेम थिंग. आपको समझ आ रही है? इट्स नॉट इजी. द चाइल्ड knows, came to know that he can talk. Can you stop him? The day the baby discovered that I can talk, non-stop chattering begins. Then parents, what would they say normally? Ever since this fellow came to know he can talk, non-stop talking. He understood I can have some power of speech. Power of crawling. Can you control? So observe. So this is a very question. Rejecting all this, one should abide in oneself. But how far these two go together, or they against to each other completely? What is that? Can they both exist? So, Nutipurvakam Stotra Purassaram Mayeva Prushto Bhagavan Ramanaha. Now this question when I asked with great prayer, because अभी तक क्या चला? स्तुति की है ना पहले रमन महर्षि के बारे में. He said you are Sanat Kumara, Skanda, you are Bhagavan, there is no difference. You took so many avatars, you are Kumarla Bhatta, you are Jnana Sambandha, now you are taken birth in the form of human being as Ramana Maharshi in front of us. You are not in Palani, you are not in Tiruttani, you are not in Venkatachala, you are here in front of us. After this entire prayer, when I asked this question, Mayeva Prishtam Bhagavan Ramanaha Stotra Purassaram, with prayer, with stuti, when I asked Gabhiraya Aghadhaya, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi looked with a great looks, Gambhir, very profound, very deep, straight looking into the eyes of the author. He looked at me, very staring, very deep. Those eyes looked straight. Gaviraya vikshya vaktavyam pratyuttaram jnana siddhi sambandha vishayakam rahasyam. The secret of the relationship between the knowledge and the siddhis powers. Rahasyam pratyuttaram vaktavyam. What the answer which is to be told. Vaktavyam pratyuttaram regarding the sambandha between jnanam and power. Društva mamidam vakshamanam abravit. Having seen me, looked at me deeply, the answer which is now is going to be given. Vakshamanam. It was about to be said. The next paragraph. Next sloka. Abravit. Vakshamanam slokam abravit. अभी वो जो कहा जे आगे कहने वाले जवाब भगवान ने दिया है. आगे बताने वाले विषय जवाब के रूप में मैं अभी बताने वाला हूं. जो आगे दिए हैं दिखाएंगे आपको. कौन सा जवाब दिया है? दृशावीक्ष्य. वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. दृशा मीन्स गंभीरया. भगवान रमण महर्षि author says he looked at me with great gambhirata, very depth, profound, deep, piercing looks. They are called piercing looks. Deep, piercing looks. Look at me, gambhiraya. But he is very clearly, na to buddhya alochayite bodhyam. Please understand. That kind of a pause he gave. He looked at me, maybe 15 seconds, 20 seconds, maybe 30 seconds. He looked at me, deep, penetrating, piercing looks. He cast at me. That means he is looking at me profoundly, deeply. But don't misunderstand this to be, he is thinking to answer me. He is not thinking at that time, मैं कौन सा जवाब दूं, क्या जवाब दूं उसको. सोच में पड़ गए. नहीं, सोच में कुछ नहीं पड़ा. इस सोच में पड़ा, इसलिए इतना समय लिया, इसलिए ध्यान से मेरे ओर देखा, और जवाब देने के लिए अंदर प्रोसेसिंग हो रहा होगा. हाँ, कोई प्रोसेसिंग नहीं है. Suppose boy, child goes to mother and asks, Mama, 2 into 3 कितना? 2 into 3 कितना है? अच्छा 6. You know, great people you are all. 2 into 3 बच्चा ने मम्मी से पूछा. कई बार आप भी कही है, आपको ना कभी होता है कि ये सिंपल प्रश्न है या कैसे जवाब दूं उसको. You will not reply immediately. You stare at him or not. बताओ ना. Are you thinking? 2 into 3 कितना होता है? कैलकुलेट हो रहा है क्या अंदर? You took a pause. Not that you don't know the answer. You are looking straight into the child. Maybe in the case, in your case, मैंने कल ही पढ़ा या बुद्धू भूल गया इतना जल्दी, or whatever. But there is no processing to form an answer. Answer you know immediately. 2 into 3, 6. Immediately I know. So therefore, this should not be understood as Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi lost in his own thoughts to answer my intelligent question. Because questioner always feels that he is intelligent than the Guru. I asked an intelligent question, Guru took 5 minutes to answer. Actually, Guru was thinking, इस बुद्धू को कैसे समझाए? Not that he doesn't know the answer. How to make him understand? He looked at him. Perhaps Guru reads the composition of the mind of the disciple. From what angle I should answer, from which direction I should answer, how the thought process I should employ here to make him understand. Therefore he says, Buddhya natu buddhya alochya. He is not thought about it with buddhi. बुद्धि से सोचकर जवाब दिया रमण महर्षि, मेरे इतना भयंकर प्रश्न था मेरा, बड़ी भैया अच्छा प्रश्न था मेरा, इसलिए भगवान रमण महर्षि को भी समय लगा. That is not the way. He just looked into me and took a pause and he answered. And how many verses? 9 verses. So next 9 verses are his answer only. For one question, 9 slokas. Atha navabihi slokaihi bhagavatah prativachanam bhavati. Now by 9 slokas, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi's answer has come about. He has taught me. Well, one question only, but he explains. What is that? Sahajam stithimarudaha स्वभावेन दिने दिने तपश्चरति दुर्दर्शम नालस्यं सहजस्थितौ सहजां स्थितिमारूढः स्वभावेन दिने दिने तपश्चरति दुर्धर्षं नालस्यं सहजस्थितौ. Sahajam sthiti marudaha. Sahaja atmanishta sampannaha siddha purushaha. Sahaja sthiti aruda means what? Aruda means one who assailed, assailed. He reached a state. What is that state? Sahaja atmanishta sampannaha. He had assailed a state wherein he abides in his own Atman naturally. Now, we are also abiding naturally as a body. Very natural, no? हमारे पास शरीर है, हम शरीर है. Very natural for us. Very quite natural. We don't have to be taught. Early morning, every day meditate. I am the body. I am the body. I am the body. Then feel the body. Then identify with the body. Then अपने आप को समझाते समझाते I am the body. Then second thought, I am the male. I am the female. Second thought, jap karo. Then awake to the fact that you are the body, you are a male or a female. Then loka vyavahar karo. ऐसा होता है क्या? We are naturally abiding in our own body as body. Effortless. रात को भी कोई आपको जगा देता है suddenly, deep sleep, suddenly woke you up. Will you forget your gender? No. Your gender you will not forget. Think. Your name you don't forget. Unless you have some disease. So that means we are deeply, naturally resting in our body identification. Name, position. Will you forget that you are a wife or a husband? Swamiji, I wanted to, but I wanted to, but होता नहीं. पहले वही याद आता है, बाद में मैं शरीर हूँ, बाद में याद आता है. First my wife, I am a wife or husband. That thought comes, Swamiji. Then I will understand I am the body. It is not possible. Think. Similarly, Atmanishta Purushaha, naturally abiding in his own Atman, I am this. Just as an actor, when acting on the stage, he may be acting, as the role it was given to him. But all the while, he is firmly abiding in his own real name, real person, and he knows that this is a role and it is not me. Think. So all the while he never forgets himself. If he forgets himself completely, that means he will not relinquish the role that he played. He will continue the role forever. कॉस्ट्यूम वाला पीछे दौड़ेगा, सर कॉस्ट्यूम उतारो, हो गया, डायलॉग हो गया, खत्म हो गया, अभी आप भगवान राम नहीं है, उतार दो, नहीं मैं भगवान राम हूं या रावण हूं. It will continue. You are able to drop it because you know in the deep depths of your hearts you are firmly abiding in your own Namarupa, naturally. In the case of Mahatmas, they know, even though they wore the costume called physical body, a name, but they know that really I am not this, real I is this. That's the thing. Such a Siddha Purushaha, Dine Dine Swabhavena Ayatnataha Swarupe Vartanam Sahajam hi Jnana Siddhasya. One who has Jnana Siddhi means one who had accomplished in abiding firmly in his own real nature. Dine Dine, day by day, Swabhavena, naturally, Ayatnataha means effortlessly. Effortlessly, Swarupe Vartanam Sahajam hi. So, effortlessly remaining as his own Atman is quite natural for the one who had accomplished or who got Jnana Siddhi. To remain himself within as Atman is very effortless for him. Ayatnataha. He remains in that state. I am going slow. I can go through within actually 5 minutes में खत्म कर दूंगा पूरा पैराग्राफ. दुर्दर्शम तपश्चरति. See, सहजाम सितमारूढ़ः स्वभावेन. And then next दुर्दर्शम तपश्चरति. Durdarsham. What Durdarsham? Meaning unassailable. It is not possible. It is not easily assailable, not reachable. Yoga rudhas tadocchate, Bhagavan Krishna says. Think. Therefore, the khenapi nimittena vichalyam tapaha charati anuti. What kind of tapasya he performs? His tapasya is, what is tapasya? Naturally, effortlessly abiding in his own swarupa, without any chuti, fall from that state, is the tapasya being performed by a person of Atmanishta Purusha. Says, na kenapi nimittena vichalyam. No other nimitta, reason, cause can disturb the state of his firm abidance in Atman. Nothing can disturb him. Nothing can bring him down. In our case, we are easily disturbed from our own resolve. Suppose, you decided, chalo, aaj main jaungi satsang sunne Ramana Geeta. जाने वाली हैं. किसी ने पूछा कहाँ जा रही हो? भाई रमण गीता सुनने जा रही हूँ. नहीं मैं तुम्हारे लिए भी मूवी टिकट खरीद के रखा, सिनेमा टिकट आज का ही है. अब एक्चुअली बताया क्यों नहीं पहले मूवी के टिकट के बारे में? मुझे क्या मालूम तो आज के दिमाग सड़ गए तुम्हारी आज सत्संग में जाने वाली. कल तो नहीं गई, रोज नहीं जाती हो, मुझे कैसे मालूम? वो होता है कि तुम आज मन बना लिया सत्संग जाने के लिए. सो देवो तो तुम कैसे बताया, तू बताया नहीं. अल्टीमेटली द मैडम विल डिसाइड टू गो टू मूवी. बोलते टिकट बहुत महंगी है, ब्लैक में खरीदा, फर्स्ट डे फर्स्ट शो, मजा नहीं आएगा, सब लोग जा रहे हैं, तो ठीक है, सत्संग तो कभी भी सुन सकते हैं, यूट्यूब में बाद में अपलोड हो जाएगा, तभी भी सुन सकते हैं, ये मौका कहाँ मिलता है? सो वी आर इजीली डिस्प्लेस्ड फ्रॉम अवर रिजॉल्व, नॉट इवन निष्ठा, किसी में भी हमारा निष्ठा पता नहीं कहाँ पर है। Why I'm comparing, how cheap we are, actually speaking. These people, Mahatma, Khenapi Nimittena Vichalyam Tapascharati. Vichalyam, that tapasya which cannot be disturbed by any other external cause. That tapasya he performs. What is tapasya? Naturally abiding firmly in one's own self. That is called tapasya. Such a tapasya performs. Anutishtati. Sakrut bhinne hridaya granthau udite swarupa jnane tatha param labdhatma swarupasya na kimapi asyiti kartavyam prapyam va. Now, Sakrut Bhinne Hridaya Granth. Once the Hridaya Granthi, knots of the heart are cut asunder, एक बार हृदय ग्रंथि का विच्छेद हो जाता, हृदय ग्रंथि माने अविद्या, काम, कर्मा. These three together is called Hridaya Granthi, knots of the heart, which we saw in the earlier chapters. So once these knots of the heart are completely cut asunder, Sakrut Bhinne Hridaya Granthau, Udite Swarupa Jnane, when suddenly I discover that who I am really, Swarupa Jnane, Tata Param, thereafter, Labdha Atma Swarupasya na kimapi asti kartavyam. To such an awakened being, there remains no kartavyam. There is no duty, there is no activity required to be performed by such a person. Why? Because why do we do karma? Why do we do karma? Any karma you take, why do we do? So मुझे रास्ता बता दीजिए so that we can escape karma. हम जो भी करते हैं, हम खुजली भी करते हैं, क्यों करते हैं खुजली? बताओ. सुख के लिए खाते हैं, कुछ सुख के लिए, सोते सुख के लिए, गाली भी देते हैं किसी को सुख के लिए. अच्छा लगता है, गाली थोड़ा देंगे तब मन की तसल्ली मिली. Whatever we do, it is only for sukham, and this sukham is constantly changing. गुलाब जाम खाया सुख के लिए, कितना समय रहेगा, फिर अगेन. Therefore, man who is attained complete joy within himself, without any effort, why will he come out and act? What is the necessity for him to do karma? There is no need. Think. When you are already rich, lot of money you have, why should you go on the road and beg as earlier? Earlier I was a beggar, not knowing that I was the king, son of the prince, I was prince. Now king identified me, then they brought me, then they said that you were lost when you were a baby, then you were grown up in jungle, then we found you because of your marks on your hand or palm or shoulder, then we identified you, identification marks, then we brought you, then we educated you, we have converted you from being an animal because you have grown in the jungle with the animals, so you have started behaving like an animal without clothes, jumping from one tree to other tree, eating all kinds of animals from the flesh and then moving with animals. Somehow we brought you, we taught you samskar and we ultimately educated you. Then we told you now you are not that jungle boy, you are the prince. Once I came to know, I don't have to struggle, hunt for food. Food comes on my table on its own without me asking anything. Then why should I go to jungle and work? भीख क्यों मांगो? हम क्या कर रहे हैं अभी? भीख मांगते हैं. Therefore, here he says there is no need for him such an kritakrutyata. There is no need for activity. Kartavyam prapyam va. There is nothing to attain for such a being. But he is full. ना फिर शरीर के लिए प्रारब्ध कर्म चलेगा, गिरेगा तो गिरेगा, अच्छी बात है. सह अचलः तिष्ठति इति ज्ञानसिद्धम् अधिकृत्य बहूनि विज्ञवचनानि बहूनि च श्रुतिस्मृति पुराण इतिहास वाक्यानि च उद्घोषयन्ति. Now, there are many statements of Puranas, scriptures, itihasas. They are very clearly mentioned, supporting this statement that once you have realized, Saha Achalaha Tishtati iti, he abides without any motion, without any movement. There is no movement, there is no thought movement also, there is no mind also to move. Now, for example, you are sitting there, so I am moving my legs or hands or talking, or you get up and walk out. What is it which is making to do all these activities? Thought. So who is chanchal? Mind is chanchal. So thought moves the body. Think. Thought moves the body. Now after some time you will get a thought. Or now also you can get a thought. Bore ho raha hai, talk aaj. You get up and walk out of the hall. Why do you go out? What made you go out? What made the body, huge flesh and blood of nearly 70, 80, 100 kilos, suddenly got up and go? Thought. The thought moved the body. When there is no thought also, how can the body move? That is one point. Second important thing is that they are in samadhi avastha. Second is, once you discover that akarmani karmayah pashyet and karmani akarmayah pashyet, I am that Brahman. I have no action at all, no activity at all. I am actually achalaha. Tishtati. They remain firmly abiding in his own self. Jnana siddhim adhikritya, having gained the Bhagavan Jnanam. Bahun Vijñavachanani, great statements of great wise statements are there. There where is Shruti, Smriti, Purana, Itihasa, Vakyani cha udghoshayanti. In Shruti, Mata, Vedas, Smriti Granthas, Puranas, Itihasas, all those things they contain. That once you realize the truth, there is no need for any movement, activity. Tat katamiha jnana praptehe anantaramapi tapascharati iti uchyate. Now here it is said, after jnana prapti also he is continuing his tapasya and it is growing day by day. How can we say that after realization he continues to do his tapasya and growing in it day by day? Said no, dine dine svabhavena ayatra sarupe vartanam. Vartanam means growing. Remaining, growing. He grows. What kind of, when you say there is no activity, how can you say we are still growing? And what is that he is growing? Where is his growth? Once he became Brahman infinite, how can he grow? See, therefore, tat katam iha jnana praptehe anantaram api tapascharati. Why it is said that tapasya is continued even after getting illumination, even after realizing the truth? How can you say that? What kind of tapasya he will do? Once he recognized he is not the body, mind, intellect, He is pure Atman. Question is raised. It is said, no? Tapaha acharati, after realization, he continues ayatratah, effortlessly performs tapasya. Why should he perform tapasya? Tapascharanam tasya swabhavaha ityaha. It is tapaha, austerity, continuing is austerity. What is austerity? Firm abidance in his own self, not coming out of that condition, and performing that kind of tapasya is his swabhava, his nature. How, what is the nature? Example is given. Yatha vayur viti. Wind blows. Sahajam. In Vayu Devata mein, there is no effort. It just blows. Vayur viti, jalano jalati. Agni is, fire is burning. Swabhava. Burning. It is swabhava. Jalano jalati. Then tapanaha tapati. Surya Bhagwan, sun is blazing. When we say blazing, it is a verb. Yes or no? Sun shines. Sun is illumining the world. None of them are true with respect to sun. Shining is swabhava there. There is nothing called shining, illumining. Nothing. It is swabhava. Oh, to keep himself always shining, how much the Lord Sun must be struggling. No. So tapasya acharanam swabhavaha ityaha. Tapascharanam tasya swabhavaha. So Ramana Maharshi, after he got illuminated, there is nothing to attain. But swabhava is what? He firmly abided in his own self. He remained there, that's it. There is nothing to do, what can I do? Ishvara Anugraha, he was awakened, woken up. For our blessings of humanity, he came down. Otherwise, no need for him to come. Like Pujya Gurudev. What was his necessity for him to start all the work? Was it necessary? Was it an obligation? Was he answerable to anybody? तो अपना काम नहीं किया, कौन कह सकता है? Why did he do? Swabhav. That kind of tapasya performed. So, tapanaha tapati, praninaha prananti, breathing grace, no? Breathing goes. Oh, breathing happens. Natural, no? The breath is not struggling to go into our nostrils and come out. There is no breathing as a... Are you breathing? What do you say? Yes or no? Yes or no? But actually no. Are you breathing? Huh? Nothing. हम मर गए क्या? But ना ये जिंदा भी है ना. इसका मतलब you are not breathing. Breathing is happening. In pranayama class when they say अब श्वास ले लो धीरे धीरे, then you are breathing. Oh, अंदर छोड़ना. Then you are breathing, conscious breathing, or breath. That is called breathing. How long you can breathe like that? Tell me. बताओ कितने समय कर सकते हो? 2 घंटा? ट्राई करो. रात को बैठे जाओ. मर जाओगे. Better to leave the body. The God gives that duty to us. Come on, guys, you breathe yourself. Don't ask me to breathe for you. It is natural. Similarly, tatha jnaninaha tapaha swabhavatah pravartate. It's a very natural for a jnani to remain in his own self. It's a natural for businessman to firmly abide in the thought of profit. Quite natural, no? He will not forget profit. Every kadam, every naturally is abiding. बैकग्राउंड में किस में स्थित रहते हैं? प्रॉफिट के थॉट में, मेरे लाभ, हर कदम जो उठाता है लाभ। तो वहां जाके आ जाओगे, मिल के आ जाओ कस्टमर से, नहीं बेकार है, आई एम वेटिंग फॉर लिफ्ट। कौन लिफ्ट देगा तेरे को? कोई बाइक वाला आ जाए, कार, तुम्हारे पास गाड़ी है ना? हाँ गाड़ी है, मैं अपना पैसा क्यों खर्च करूं? क्यों? जाए तो आएंगे, मिलने के बाद वो धंधा नहीं दिया तो मेरा पैसा बिगड़ जाएगा, मेरा प्रॉफिट कम हो जाएगा। भाई 10 रुपये होता है, भाई दिन में 10 बार गिन लो, ऐसे 100 रुपया, महीने में 3000 हो गया, बहुत फर्क पड़ गया भाई, इसलिए मैं नहीं जाऊंगा। दैट इज हाउ दे लिव। फिर कोई बकरा मिल गया, भाई वहां तक छोड़ दो मुझे, इतनी बड़ी गाड़ी क्यों निकालूं बाहर, तो आ गया ना दादाजी, बट इस पर मैं तो मोपेड में हूं, मोपेड में लूना। कोई बात नहीं बेटा, मैं एडजस्ट हो जाऊंगा, वहां तक छोड़ दो। वो कस्टमर पूछेगा, आप तक यहाँ तक तो आए हैं, ऑर्डर के बारे में 2-3 दिन के बाद हम सोच लेंगे, आप कैसे आए? बस ऐसे ही पैदल। झूठ बोला, क्यों छोड़ दिया मेरे को? अच्छा लूना में छोड़ दिया। अच्छा आप कैसे जा रहे हो? बस ढूंढूंगा, ऐसे क्या करेंगे? नहीं आपको मैं एमलोड आप करवा देंगे। बहुत अच्छी बात है, कृपा है आपकी। ऐसा पैसा कमाया, बचाया, सॉरी, डू दे डू और नॉट? ऐसे करते हैं कि नहीं? हर विचार में हमें क्या लाभ है इसमें? सो दे आर फर्मली अबाइडिंग इन द थॉट ऑफ प्रॉफिट। कोई नेता सेवा करते हैं ना, हर सेवा के पीछे क्या देखते हैं? वोट। कितनी आबादी है वहां पर? सर 5 लोग हैं सेवा लेने के, 5 लोग, क्या जाना है भाई? नहीं बेकार। उधर गए 1 लाख लोग हैं, अच्छा गांव में 1 लाख लोग हैं, अच्छा वहाँ पर छोटा शहर में, अच्छा बड़ी, तो वहाँ चलेंगे, चलो मेरा नाम हो जाएगा। दैट्स ऑल। दे वहाँ जाके कुछ सेवा करेगा क्योंकि वोट मिलेगा। सो एवरी मूवमेंट दे आर रूटेड इन thought of vote and power and position. Some child asked me, Swami ji, आप क्यों प्रवचन देते हो? तो then I started a beautiful story. I said, actually I wanted to sleep. हाँ फिर सो जाओ ना। मैंने I want to deep sleep. ठीक है समझिए, सो जाइए, ठीक आराम से। नहीं, डीप स्लीप आना है तो पेट भरना है, खाली पेट पे नींद नहीं आ सकती है। हाँ सही बात है, तो खा लेना पूरा पेट भर। खा लेंगे, खाने के लिए तो हमको भिक्षा चाहिए, कोई खाना खिलाना है। हाँ खिलाते नहीं क्या? नहीं, मुफ्त में नहीं खिलाते, कुछ बुलवा के खिलाते हैं। कुछ प्रवचन कराते हैं तब खाना देते हैं। ऐसी बात है क्या? तो इसलिए प्रवचन करता हूं। तो लक्ष्य क्या है? सोना है। सोने के लिए खाना, खाने के लिए प्रवचन, तब मेरे को मस्ती के लिए। अरे इफ आई हैव माई विश इज टू स्लीप हैप्पीली, रिलैक्स, दैट इज नॉट फॉरगॉटन, नो? इन दिस केस they remain as their own self. That's what he says. Swabhavatha pravartate na tan naimittikam. that is not caused. That tapasya is not naimittikam. Naimittikam means what? It is not caused by something else. There is no reason for it. Sahajavastena, Sahajabhavena is what motivates you to be there? There is no motivation external. My swabhava, when it is my swabhava, no motivation is required. If it is not my swabhava, motivation is necessary. Somebody, student at home, naturally, swabhavataha, he is oriented towards studies. So you don't have to motivate him. कोई बंदा निकलता है, उस पढ़ाई नहीं करता है, तो काम भी नहीं करता है, खाता है, पीता है, घूमता है, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं लेता है, उसके लिए मोटिवेट देना पड़ेगा, कोई निमित्त बनाना है उसके लिए. But one who is naturally inspired, why do you motivate him? So what is the nimitta necessary for to do tapasya there? That tapasya na naimittikam. Is sahajavastena, sahajabhavena, sahajastitau. Therefore, tanna naimittikam. Ataha eva durdarsham iti visheshana upapadanam. Adjective added. Durdarsham tapasya he performs. Why durdarsham? Because there is no reason, there is no cause required. Nothing can shake him up. And therefore, without any motivation, without any cause, without any reason, to remain in his own self, therefore it is unassailable. Because we don't act anything. Prayojanam anuddishya murkaha mandapi na parvartate. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says. Without prayojanam, mandopi na parvartate. An unintelligent person also will not do any action without any prayojanam. Prayojanam anuddishya mandopi na parvartate. We are all doing some prayojana is required. No. What motivated you to go movie? What motivated you to construct house? What motivated you to get married? What motivated you to get job? What motivated you to purchase car? What motivated you to go to spiritual camp? What motivated? This question people ask or not? हाँ तो कह दो भाई. पूछते हैं ना? So do we do anything without motivation? But here, na naimittikam. If it is naimittikam, it is temporary. If it is caused by something else, it is not natural, it is not permanent. Think. Atah eva durdarsham. Therefore, it is unassailable. Bhagavan Krishna said this in Bhagavad Gita, no? Name parthasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana. E partha, in all the three worlds, I don't have any obligatory duties to perform. No motivating factors for me to work for you, all of you. Bhagavan Krishna, why do you do Srishti, Sriti, Laya, all the things? What motivates you? उससे आपको क्या मिलता है? Na anavaptavyam avaptavyam ya. There was nothing unattained by me in the past, nor is there anything to attain in future for me. फिर क्यों काम करते वो? वर्तयेव च कर्मणि. Yet I am constantly engaged in action. We don't do that way. Gurudev acted like that. What was his motivation? I don't know. There is no motivation at all. माने no motive, selfish motive कुछ भी नहीं है. वर्तयेव च कर्मणि. Think. Therefore, here he says, न नैमित्तिकम अतः एव दुर्दर्शमिति विशेषण उपपादनम. Visheshana is added to be, that adjective is to be understood. Unassailable, difficult tapasya, without any motivation, nothing. You are abiding in your own self. I get siddhis, I get powers, or I get this, I get that, I get bliss. Nothing. He is Swarupa, it is. I am, it is me, that's it. Naturally abiding in my own Swarupa. Evam durdarsham iti visheshana upapadanam. Kim tad durdarsham tapaha? What is a great durdarshata? What is that unassailable thing, difficult thing, inviolable in other meaning is? Very difficult, unassailable tapasya it is. उसमें क्या बड़ी बात है इसमें? किम दुर्दर्शम in that tapasya? Sahajatmanishta iti उत्तरत्र वक्ष्यते. What is the great, as unassailable thing? आगे कहेंगे. उत्तरत्र means after some time, next sloka में आगे कहेंगे. What is that? Sahaja atmanishta iti. Most unassailable thing, difficult thing to achieve is to remain in your own self naturally. Meaning, to be natural in your own self is most difficult thing. This you have to think about it. All our behavior in the world is not natural. आगे व्यक्ति को सामने रख के उसके साथ जो व्यवहार करना है उस तरह का कॉस्ट्यूम पहनकर व्यवहार करते हैं. Children, they don't do this manipulation. The children, they play, they sit, they get up, they play, they cry, they go, they happy, they don't have any inhibitions, no. They so bhi sakte hai. They do all kinds of funny things, postures. You cannot do that. You cannot be like a child. They are very quite natural. They are abiding in their own sahajavastha. That is why Balavat. A Mahatma, realized man is like a child. Innocence. Innocence means what? Absence of manipulation. In our Vyavahar, there is lot of manipulation. Our reactions are manipulated, responses are manipulated, behavior is manipulated. So कण कण में अहंकार का प्रदर्शन हो रहा है, पल पल में, कण कण में, प्रत्येक विचार में हम सबका अपना अहंकार का प्रदर्शन हो रहा है, होते आ रहा है. That is Durdarsham. Are you understanding? So, Sahaja Atmanishta iti Uttaratra Vakshati. That is a little afterwards. Astu Nama Idrusham Jnaninaha Tapaha Atyanta Siddham. कीदृशी पुनः सा सहजा स्थितिः यत्र ज्ञानिनः अचलेन स्थीयते किं वा तद् अचलत्वं यत् पाषाणादौ जडे वस्तुने दृश्यते तदेव सहजस्थितौ अपि स्यात् इति चेत् न इति आह न आलस्यं सहजस्थितौ तत्र न विद्यते आलस्यं मान्द्यं जडत्व लक्षणम् इति यावत् किंच जडस्य स्वतश्चलने असत्यपि असत्येव नैमित्तिकं चलनम अचल प्रतिष्ठायां सहज स्थितौ न कुतः अपि अवकाशः चलनस्य न आलस्यम इति अनेन सहजा जागरूकता स्वात्मनिष्ठायाम् अवच्छिन्न इति बोध्यम् अस्तु सहजायां स्थितौ नित्यो बोधः तस्य अचलत्वात् निष्क्रियत्वे सिद्धे न तेन कस्यापि कार्यस्य कारणत्वेन अवस्थातुं शक्यते इति चेत् आह दिस वी विल सी टुमारो। अभी कंटिन्यू 5 मिनट करेगा तो आप कंफ्यूज हो जाओगे। यहाँ तक तो अभी जो आज मैंने जो अभी तक कम देखा है तो उसको याद रखना है। सो आई स्टॉप्ड वेयर तन्नैमित्तिकम सहज आत्मनिष्ठा इति उत्तरत्र वक्ष्यति। नो ओके, let us take this as it is. So what? Some other things are told that we will see tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day for this month. Okay? Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय।